Hey, it's Callan from Authentic Lifestyle Design. It's pretty late that I'm recording this, but I figured I have to start pushing these videos out into the universe again. Today, I want to talk to you about living in the moment, about being in the now, because this is something over the last 5 years that I've really struggled with, or my whole life really. And I find that it's a really important thing to grip, because if you can grip it and grasp it now, your whole life will be so much happier, right? So, part of being a human is we're generally chasing things, right? Especially if you're ambitious, you're always trying to get to like the next mountain, I guess. You're climbing up the next hill. You get here, you get comfortable, and then you go, all right, well, what's up? What's the next level? And you go up again. It's like playing a video game. You're constantly developing yourself, right? Now, here's the pitfall. You judge your happiness and your success and your self love and all these things based on a higher level, right? So, for example, you say, when I have this, whatever that is, then I will be happy. Then I will be content. Then I will love myself, whatever else it is, right? But that means whilst you're getting to that place or while you're where you are now, that means all of a sudden you're not happy and you don't love yourself and you're not content, right? And that, in a way, is a trap. I see that as a trap. Going, when I have this golden nugget that's over here, which takes however long, then I'll be happy. And then you get that, and maybe you're happy for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden it becomes normal. And there's the next thing. You go chase that. When I have that, I'll be happy. And you spend your whole life chasing these gold nuggets, trying to pursue happiness, but you never really grip it. You never really get it. You know? And that's a trap. Something that I find I fall into, and that most people fall into, right? And, the overall meaning is that you want to try your best to enjoy every moment of your life, right? To enjoy the current moment, the present. And maybe right now you're not rich, or you're not around the people you want to be around, or you're not abundant, or you're locked down because of the virus, right? Who knows? But you get to control with your mind. It is a chemical factory up there that can make you feel all sorts of different things. You kind of get to control how you feel, right? And it's all on how you frame it. So if you frame where you are now as being miserable, as being depressing, as harming you, then all of a sudden, these manifestations and these ideas you're programming in your mind, they become true, right? All of a sudden you aren't happy and your happiness is over here and you have to do these things in order to be happy. But the reality is, if you gain good control of this, you can be happy right now, right? You don't need to have any material things outside of yourself to be happy. You can just be happy as who you are, right? That doesn't mean that you don't have goals, and that doesn't mean that you don't enjoy achieving goals. But what that does mean is that you don't tie your self-worth and your self-love to external things, right? That's a default. By default, you love yourself. By default, you look after yourself. And by default, you're happy, right? You're happy in any given moment, no matter what happens, right? And that can be difficult. That's a lesson that I've learned time and time again, and I'm really starting to embody it. And that's making a scenario and scenarios in my life where I really wasn't happy. Nothing's changed. I'm doing the same things, right? I'm building towards something, but I'm doing the same things I was doing when I'm not happy. But now I'm happier, and that's because I'm choosing to be happy. Because I'm projecting happiness and gratitude for what I do have and what is my life and myself, right? And I'm enjoying those things. I'm enjoying my own company. I'm enjoying building the things I'm building. And if you can look at life like that, it's incredible, right? Imagine you're watching a movie, okay? Now, you're the character in the movie. It starts at point A, which is, let's say, for example, point A is like they're broke and they want to get the girl and get a bunch of money and, go on this magical adventure, and maybe they get magical powers or something that makes them special, right? And then the story ends at B, where they have all these things and they're happy and fulfilled and all the rest of it, right? But you don't want to rush the story. You're watching the movie, you're watching every step of that movie, or if you're playing a game, you're playing every level of that game. And you're not going, oh, I wish this was over, I wish I could get to the end of this. No, you're fully immersed and you're engaged in every single scene of that movie, in every single part of that movie. So when something bad happens to the character, say someone they love dies or something and it hurts them and they have to go and heal, you're enjoying that part of the movie. You're enjoying that person going through this period of suffering and coming out of it stronger, right? And you're enjoying that whole process of watching this or seeing this play out. Now, you have to view your life in the same way. So you're not trying to rush to the finish line. You're not trying to judge all your happiness and success in the future, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You can do things and you can manifest things and create things that have a probability of succeeding and getting you to where you want to be. But at the same time, you have to, like when you're watching a movie, you have to enjoy every phase of your life, regardless of what that is. And you have all the choice to do that. You wake up and it's your externals, they play into it, but it's more importantly, it's your psychology. It's what's inside here. It's how you're framing what you're doing, right? And if you're framing yourself as unhappy, and if you're framing yourself as not being in an ideal situation, and you're judging your happiness based on the future, it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Now, it's great to have dreams, it's great to have goals, and it's great to pursue them, but enjoy the journey, enjoy the pursuit. Don't just grind and suffer and be miserable in order to have pleasure later, which isn't even guaranteed pleasure, right? Find pleasure in the little things you can every single day. Now, part of that might be detoxing from various stimuli. Maybe your brain's overstimulated, you're eating too much junk food, you're watching too much telly, whatever else it is, and therefore those little things aren't getting you. So maybe you've got to cut that stuff out so that the little things in life have meaning and that the little things fulfill you. Right? And every single phase of that journey, every single step is a part of the adventure, and you wake up every day looking forward to whatever it is you're doing or building. And if you wake up and you do feel miserable, then start working towards change, but don't rush it. Don't rush getting to the finish line or the results. Enjoy the process. Enjoy watching yourself move from who you are to who you want to be, and enjoy every step of that journey. Imagine if you went hiking and you had to go up a mountain and the whole time you didn't like the hike, but you're like, oh, it'll be good when I'm at the top of the mountain. But the whole hike, you hated it, right? You wouldn't hike for long. Because is it worth hating the hike to get to the top of the mountain? Probably not. But generally you go for a hike and maybe it's hard and maybe you're excited to get to the top of the mountain, but you're still enjoying the hike. You're still enjoying going for that walk or that trek or whatever it is you're doing. And you have to look at life as the same way. It's going to have peaks and troughs. It's going to have really high highs and really low lows. And you can't judge your happiness on the highs because they're temporary. You'll get to that pillar, you'll be happy because you've achieved something, then it just becomes normal and life goes on. For example, you see this all the time, like celebrities and people, they get everything they thought they ever wanted. They have an abundance of everything, right? They've got so many people around, heaps of sexual partners, heaps of money, complete financial freedom. They can travel where they want, they can do whatever they want. They have the connections that most people don't have, but they're still miserable. And you get people that are really successful and famous and whatever, and then they kill themselves. Because what happens is they chase this thing, when I have X, I'll be happy, and then they've got it. Right? And they got 20 million in the bank, and then what's another 10 million, really? It doesn't matter once you're that rich. And then they just give up because they're depressed and they're miserable, and they'll often kill themselves. Because that illusion of feeling happy when you get somewhere goes away. Well, what you can do instead is you can find happiness now, right now, regardless of what's happening in your life. Because there's things you can't control. I'm legally blind, I can't control that. Someone can't walk because their legs don't work, they can't control that. Someone isn't very intelligent, they can't control that. Whatever else it is, could be anything. Someone has diabetes, they can't control that. Right? Now you can frame to feel terrible about that and to feel sorry for yourself and to be pitied and to play a victim, but that's not going to help you. But what you can do is you can make peace with where you are now, learn to love yourself for who you are, and move into more abundance. So it's the process of enjoying the journey, having goals, and going to achieve those goals, but also loving the path, waking up every day and enjoying those steps you're taking to become whatever it is you want to become. There's so much power in that. And finding the subtle little parts of your day that you enjoy and framing your whole life positively. Framing your whole life from a light space so that you wake up and you enjoy your days and you enjoy what you do. There's power in that. And that's something I have struggled with in my life. I've put things off and said when I get to here I'll be happy. And I know that it's an illusion and I've still done it. I know it's not true, but my brain still does it. Right? And it's crazy. That's just a really interesting part of the human experience. But if you can see through that, and if you can be happy with where you are now, what you have now, who's in your life now, doesn't mean that that's you forever. You might want other things, but if you can actually enjoy wherever it is you are, like you'd enjoy a movie and the whole movie, start to finish. A good movie will keep you pulled in, or a good TV show, or a good video game. And, when something bad happens to the character, you're not going, oh, I wish that, the movie would end right now and they'd have everything they want. It doesn't work like that. You enjoy watching them grow. You enjoy watching the process. You enjoy watching the story play out. So do the same in your real life. Enjoy the story. Live in your own mind. Live your own life. Don't just be on social media all day living through other people's experiences. If there's a bunch of people doing amazing things and you're just constantly watching other people do amazing things, which I've done a bit of in my life, then that's a problem too. Enjoy your experience. And if you're not enjoying those experiences of your life, then for a start, try to, but also start engineering your life and designing your life in a way where you'll be experiencing more interesting things. That's the whole point of this channel. That's why I called it Authentic Lifestyle Design. Authentic because I don't want to be one of those fake gurus selling courses for thousands of dollars for like something you could read in a few books. I don't want to do that. So authentic, genuine, Sure, I want to make a living doing it, but I want to help people. That's the main thing. That's what pulls me to do this. If I was just chasing money, well, I'd go, join some marketing cult and, basically exploit people. If I just wanted to get rich and that was my only priority. But no, I want to help people. I want to help people to build the most abundant, awesome lifestyle they can. With what I know and what I'll learn, because I plan on doing this forever. For my whole life. It's a commitment I made to myself to try to help people to design their dream lives. So it's authentic. And then it's lifestyle design. Lifestyle design is the art form of actively designing your life. Of sitting down with a piece of paper and saying, who do I want to be in a year? And not going, I'm sad now because I'm not that person. No. Going, I love where I am now, and I'm going to love the journey and the story of moving from where I am now to this idea I just conjured up. Right? And you're not results driven. If it happens, it happens. Do everything you can to make it happen and love yourself regardless of the outcome. So that's me being real at like 11 o'clock at night. If you gained any value from this video, and I'm going to make an act to try and do 2 a week again, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and share it with people you think it'll help. Because, I want to keep throwing my voice out there into the ocean of YouTube and the internet. And those of you that hear it, I'd love to know what you think of the content I make. Do you like that it's very real and that I just talk to the camera, or would you rather me make it more high production and fancy? Which I can't really do now, but in the future. Okay. Apart from that, hope that you enjoy your day.